that I have 6 eggs here. I'm going to take a fork and kind of poke each one of them. It helps scramble them up a little bit. So then I'm going to poke each one of the yolks to crack the yolks. Then I'm going to stir them about just a minute here. You don't need to be perfectly scrambled. I don't. Some people like them nice and whipped up. Take my eggs, put them into my fixings. I like a lot of, my family tends to like a lot of fixings in our eggs, like more fixings than eggs. You can just do normal scrambled eggs and not do anything in it. It's a nice way to get veggies and extra protein in. I have some cauliflower rice, some peas, some carrots, some chicken in mine, and some cabbage. Nice easy way to start your day out nice and healthy. So as you see, I'm just gonna kind of be scraping the sides here, making sure that it all gets nice and cooked, because raw egg isn't very good for you. So when the heat is too high, when you're making eggs, sometimes the bottom gets a little bit burnt without the top getting all the way cooked, and then you end up more of like an omelet type thing. Or you might get some of it burnt and some of it not burnt, and it just might not taste as great. So I like to have it like on a medium heat. It really depends on what stove you're using. You can see it's getting pretty good cooked here. It's pretty shiny. You see this kind of shiny bit right there? You know, some of the really shiny pieces, that means those pieces are still raw. So as we're doing this, I'm going to tell you a little trick that I do pretty often. In the beginning of the week, a lot of times I make an egg bake for the whole week. So I'll do something, I'll mix all of the fixings up and put it in like a cake pan or something that has higher edges. I'll spray the pan and put it in the oven until it's fully cooked, and then you have egg bake for the whole week. So now remember though, about 2 eggs per person is 1 serving. So if you're making it for yourself for the whole week, so that'd be 7 days, you're gonna need 14 eggs, okay? Now if you do a lot of fixings like I do, you don't need quite as many eggs, because your protein and food will also be coming from the other foods. So I typically do about a dozen eggs plus a bunch of nice veggies and other proteins in my egg bake for the week. And I make it for my kids, actually. Makes it nice and easy for the morning, so you're not grabbing a donut or something unhealthy, or some of you don't even eat breakfast. Because you see these kind of clumps, they're clumping together a little bit. That means that it's cooking pretty well here. It's just a little bit shiny left, and that's okay. The really shiny stuff and kind of the gloopy stuff is more raw. Mommy. This is pretty done. My daughter right there. Mommy. So, here we go. Eggs. Pretty easy. Make sure, see that I have my handle to the side, by the way, so nobody's knocking it over here. And, you know, even I do it especially since I have kids, but anybody could not really see it and then knock into it. And what would they have? A hot pan on them. They would get burnt. So make sure your handle is not sticking out right over here. It needs to be back on the stove so nobody's hitting it. Okay, my eggs are done. I'm going to push it in, turn it off, give it one more little stir, and wait for it to cool down so we can eat it. There we go. Scrambled eggs.